is Rehema. Yeah, and welcome to Portuguese. So now we'll start with the briefing of the fort. Then we'll explore the architecture.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the structure of Fort Jesus. As you can see, it looks like a human being. It's gonna have the head, mikono na miguu. Yeah. So Fort Jesus was built by the Portuguese in 1593 to 1596. It was a coral rock. So some parts were carved using the chisels and the other tools, and some parts were jenga using the coral stones, limestone, clay soil, sand soil and water. So the first Portuguese to come to East Africa was Vasco da Gama, and he came in 1498. Alikuwa explorer, alikuwa anatafuta the sea route to India. So he came and settled in Mombasa, but hakuwa na urafiki mzuri with the people of Mombasa. He sailed back to Malindi, and then Malindi ndo akajenga the Vasco da Gama pillar. Yeah, after that akaenda Portugal ndo akaongea na the king. The king sent the Captain Mateus Mendes, who was the first captain of Mombasa and also the last captain of Malindi, and some Portuguese wakakuja kujenga hii fort, and even the local people engaged in building this fort wakipewa food kama payment. Okay, so we have three communities who live here. We have the Portuguese, we have the Arabs and the British. Portuguese walianza from 1593 to 1698, and they used this fort as a military base and also a place to do trade. And the Arabs wakaendelea from 1698 to 1895, and they also used this fort as a military base and also a place to do trade. And the British from 1895 to 1958 na walitumia fort kama government prison, ambao those people who fought for independence like our first president Kenyatta na Meka Tilili were also prisoned here. Na pia ilikuwa inatumika kama administration. And in 1960 this fort was made a museum, and now it's managed by the National Museum of Kenya in protecting and promoting of the Kenyan culture. Yeah, na pia iko under the UNESCO World Heritage. And Fort Jesus, Fort means military base, and Jesus, ukiangalia the upper part, the hands are spread apart like the way Jesus was spread at his foot. Na pia the Portuguese were Roman Catholics, ndio maana wakaita Fort Jesus. Alafu pia the main reason ya kubuild this fort was to control the whole port. Kuna all port pale around Old Town, na pia kufanya trade because iko along the ocean, na pia ku spread Christianity. And the designer was the Italian man known as Battista Ferrari. Yeah. Unaona iko form of a human being here. Yeah. So tutatembea huku to explore the architecture. But number 10 used to be a Portuguese graveyard, but in 1960 wakajenga the administration block ambayo ni offices za management. So huku kuko private hatutaenda.
Okay.
Yeah. Alafu kuna ile time ilikuwa time of siege, which was between 1696 to 1698. That is the time when many of the Portuguese walikufa because of starvation and plague. The Arabs walisurround the fort, and the Portuguese ambao walikuwa hapa ndani walikuwa hawezi kutumanisha food kutoka kwao. Walikuwa wanatumanisha food and medicine kutoka kwao. So hawakuweza kutumanisha kutoka kwao. Wengi sasa walikufa hiyo time. And in 1698 ndo the Arabs occupy this fort. And we have 4 passages here in fort. We have the entrance, we have the passage of steps, the passage of arches, and the secret passage. Na hizo passages zilikuwa na doors which were the entrance to the ocean. The British blocked it because they made it a prison. Yeah. Okay, so now tutaanza na the Mazuri Hall. Nani? Is St. Felipe Alberto. St. Felipe Alberto Mateus. Our walikuwa ni the names of the captains. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is the Mazuri Hall. We have 2 different types of Arabs. We call the Omani Arabs and the Al-Mazris. The Omani Arabs we call Arabs from Oman country, and the Al-Mazris we call Arabs from Mombasa. So hapa ndo walikuwa ni hall yao ya kufanya the meetings. Wale ni the local people, the Arabs, the Omani Arabs, and the British protectorates. Yeah. And the rifles, original rifle yenye walitumia for protection, and the replica bullets. And this is the original wall since the Portuguese period. Na hapa, these are the original swords and the shield ambao walikuwa wakizivaa kama hat made from rhinos. And the daggers and the belt. Alafu hizi, these are just letters of agreement between the local peoples and the Al-Mazris. Hiyo wanafanya renovation. So this is the first passage, it was the passage of arches. As you can see, the coral rock, and this was the original stairs. Easy hapa zote. They just built this for accessibility. Yeah. And passage of arches ilikuwa na mlango pale, which was the entrance to the ocean, but the British blocked it, and the Portuguese walikuwa wanatumia kuleta the ammunitions, the weapons from Portugal, alafu wana store hapa kwa ammunition store. And ammunition store in British period ilikuwa inatumika kama cell for the men. Okay, so this part yote inaitwa the gun platform, and these are called the watching towers, and we have so many watching towers around Portuguese kwa hizo corners, na ilikuwa zinatumika by the soldiers to monitor the harbor entrance. And hapa ndani kulikuwa na soldier anaingia hapa ndani, then ana watch the ship of the attackers zinakuja, and then ana alert hawa wengine wenye rifles and the cannons. And we have 3 different types of cannons. We have for the British, for the Portuguese, and for the Arabs. For the British, iko na logo ya the crown on top of it. Yeah, and it was the most powerful compared to the Portuguese and the Arabs. Yeah. And this wall was 15 meters high from down there, but the Arabs increased it to 3 meters, so it's 18. Yeah, 18 meters. And here we have the captain's house. And captain's house was self-contained. We can sitting room, bedroom, choo na kila kitu. But there is this room and the other room. The floor ilianguka during that time of siege. Ambalo kwa nimewaelezea, the Arabs ni wali. Okay, so this is the other passage hii hapa chini inaitwa the passage of steps, and passage of steps pia ilikuwa na mlango which was the entrance to the ocean. So passage of steps ilikuwa inatumika by the Portuguese soldiers to march in and to march out, and also to bring food and medicine, then wanastore kule chini. And where we are going, it used to be a and in British period, it was a juvenile prison, that is the prison for the young men. Now it's a museum gift shop. Okay, so this is the other gun platform where the soldiers used to stand and monitor the harbor entrance. Na ile ndio the Portuguese cannon. You can see it's different compared to ile British. Yeah, and this is very old. Yeah. So, and this used to be a kitchen during the Portuguese period. It has 3 chimneys huko ndani, and in British period it was a cell for the women. The famous Giriama woman Mekatilili Menza was also present here. And now it's a gift shop. Wanauza hizi Okay, so these are the Omani doors, and the Oman doors these are the original doors. from 1824. Yeah, and they reflect the art of the Sultan of Zanzibar, say. And the decorations, the chain symbolize unity and the flowers symbolize beauty. Hizi zimejengwa hapa just for exhibition, haikuwa hapa during that time. Yeah, and still now watu wa Mombasa, Old Town, Lamu, Malindi, Zanzibar wanatumia hizi milango. Hizi zilikuwa zinatumika for protection. Juu walikuwa pia animals walikuwa wanatumiwa kupigana. So walikuwa wakivunja hivi wanaumia na hizi stacks. Yeah. Okay, so this building used to be barracks during the Portuguese period. When ilikuwa soldiers wanaishi, and in the British period it was a cell. Now it's a museum but it's still under renovation by the management. Now that is the left leg inaitwa St. Alberto. It used to be the Portuguese graveyard, but in 1960 ndo wakajenga the administration offices ambao ni office za management kule kwa private. And this is the Portuguese chapel. Portuguese chapel was the church for the Portuguese, but the Arabs destroyed it because of difference in religion. And the British wakaijenga tena wakaifanya kama prison for the men. Yeah. And there we have the barracks. The barracks was a place where the soldiers used to stay wanakaa hapo ndani, but now zimebaki two ruins. Yeah. So this is the Oman Well, and Oman Well was built in 1698 because hawakutaka kutumia maji ya huko yalikuwa ni kina Portuguese, ndio maana wakachimba yao. And this is 76 feet deep, and maji bado iko inatumika for washrooms. So this was the toilet for the Portuguese. Fort was surrounded by water. So uchafu ilikuwa ikishuka huko chini, huko ni nje ya Fort Jesus. So ilikuwa ikishuka huko chini, shit inabebwa na maji. Yeah. Now we have like 4 toilets for the Portuguese and 1 for the Arabs. Okay, so this is a replica of a human skeletons, but the original skeletons zilizikwa chini yake. So the original skeletons zilipatikana by a worker here in museum in 1990, and the archaeologists were excavate and they found that the skeletons of the people of 16th to early 17th century ambayo alikuwa Portuguese lakini for a known person. And the replica inaonyesha how the Portuguese used to bury their bodies. The head facing left and mkono siku hivi in Catholic monks. And this is the Omani House. Omani House used to be the hospital for the Portuguese. And in Arabs period, ilikuwa ni offices za Omani rulers. And in British period, it was the offices for the chief ward. Huko juu tutaona the occupants. Okay, and this is a replica of the Omani dhow, which was used by the Omans as a mode of transportation, travel to other countries, wakifanya trade. But this is just a replica. Yeah. Hapa tutaona the spices zilikuwa wanatumia Omani Arabs for trade, and the map of the trading route, travel to other countries, wakifanya trade. Yeah, and the original elephant tusk, which was used for trade in East Africa. And the Holy Quran for the Omans, the Omani manuscripts. And Zanzibar Harbour, and this house is called the House of Wonders. House of Wonders because it is the first house in East Africa to have electric elevators. And here, these are the sultans of Zanzibar, and leadership was inherited. So we are come to huyu, Eva. And still, these are the weapons the Omani used. Yeah? The Tulona is okay. Yeah. And here they show the attires of the Omani Arabs, how men used to dress and how women used to dress. The men with the daggers, wakifunga your belt na turban zao. Yeah. And the women, when you're gonna gold, these were just like the queens. And this was just a local gun. Yeah. And jewelry is made from silver and bronze. So hapa wanaonyesha how the Omani soldiers used to stand at the watching tower and then wana monitor around with their daggers and their rifles. Yeah. And this is the Omani Arab cannon, which used to go for a distance of 80 to 100 meters. This is the photo, obviously, cannon for all, and the tools for the Arabs. So these are the original skeletons of a handbag made with a juvenile male between the age of 19 to 24 years. Alipatikana Adolwana Bay in Tembea County in 1992 by the locals. And the locals were reported by department and the archaeologists wakamosha vizuri wakamassemble then wakamleta kwa preservation. Hiyo is the juvenile whale.
Very big.
Yeah.
In the whale,
Wait.
Yeah, a juvenile whale. From 1890 to 1820 around Mombasa. And this was used for carrying goods and this was used to kubeba watu. And it was manual work kwa kuna mtu ndo anasukuma. Yeah.
Donkeys zilikuwa zinatumika wapi?
Donkey. Donkeys kwa zinatumika around Mombasa lakini kubeba carts. Yeah, hii ni rail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kusukuma carts.
okay.
Sima kama tairi. These are still the barracks where the soldiers used to stay. And there, kule juu we have the tower kule juu. Ilikuwa ni gunpowder storage room.
Hii iko hapa ama huko?
This is the watching tower. Like
okay.
For gunpowder storage room. Place where we store the gunpowder which was used at the cannons. Yeah. But now that place is fragile. So kule tutapita hizi sehemu. Okay, so this is a cistern, and a cistern it's like a tank which was built by the Portuguese in 1603 to collect rainy water from the chapels, the barracks and other buildings. They quickly drain up and down. And this is 56 feet deep. The main reason about the Portuguese walijenga hii is because the people wa Old Town hawakutaka the Portuguese watumie visima zao. So ndo maana wakajenga hii. Iko kama tank. This is not a way.
Okay.
Yeah. And these are the Portuguese cannons. Pale mbele ndo tunaenda kuona the cannon ball. Okay, so here we have the cannon ball. The cannon ball yenye ilikuwa inatumika ku destroy the ships. The ship inakuwa destroyed inaingia maji then inasink. And this is 15 kilograms.
Weka mguu hapa. Weka mguu hapa.
Hii cannon ball walikuwa wanaweka hapa ndani. And then hapa wanaweka the gunpowder, then the lighter fire. Gunpowder iko explosive. So kuna force ambayo ita push your ball iende ka destroy the ships. Yeah. And these cannons were around Portuguese at the gun platforms, zingine zilikuwa outside port. Hizi zimewekwa hapa just for exhibition. And there we have the secret passage, and secret passage was used by the Portuguese as escaping channel roads during that time of war and siege. But the British blocked the passage. Yeah. Okay, so this is the secret passage. Yeah. ilikuwa inatumika by the Portuguese as a escaping route, Tembea war and siege. There used to be a door here ambao ilikuwa kitokea na hapo, but the British blocked it. Ambao ilikuwa kitokea na hapo nje, na huko nje we have an underground tunnel inaenda hadi Mama Ngina bunkers. This is the Portuguese wall painting, and the Portuguese soldiers and sailors drew this to describe the life-saving Portuguese back then. And they used carbon black and red chora. Where we have the Portuguese chapel, but it was destroyed by the Arabs, and fish, which was their staple food, and the Vasco da Gama pillar ambayo iko Malindi on the north coast. Wakajichora wenyewe, the Portuguese and the Arabs at war, and the ships zenye walikuwa wanatumia as a mode of transportation. And this wall ni rhino skin, which was there at the wall. Kama unaenda kwa secret passage, kuna walikuja wakaitoa wakaileta hapa into pieces for preservation. Walichora hii during the time of siege, and that is the flag of Portugal. Okay, so this is the right leg na pia right hand ambayo it is a gun platform where the soldiers used to stand and monitor. Wengine wana monitor the harbor entrance and wengine wana monitor around Mombasa.